We are Moravian occupational therapy students, and today we will be talking about our company, Lehigh Valley Aging in Place. So, Lehigh Valley Aging in Place is a company that promotes productive aging within the client's home. We enable clients to remain home as long as they possibly can through the provision of professional services, including occupational therapy, to maximize safety and independence in their own home. These services include home modifications, adaptive equipment, and client education. Creating a supportive and safe environment allows older adults to have a greater life satisfaction, quality of life, and self-esteem. A little bit about our target population. So occupational therapists play a role in fall prevention for aging in place through evaluating the environment to recognize potential falling hazards, providing modification of the home and adaptive equipment, teaching safe ambulation strategies, and enabling problem solving. Many older adults have a fear of falling, which increases the likelihood of a fall. And occupational therapists help these older adults recognize, address, and overcome their fears through client empowerment and education.
So for the need for aging in place services, occupational therapist enables clients to participate in meaningful occupations, preferred settings. Many adults wish to remain within their home. The holistic nature of OT emphasizes the importance of balancing occupations in all areas of life to achieve fulfillment and overall quality of life. Occupational imbalance may result in loss of meaning and stress due to inappropriate level of occupational engagement. And then for clients seeking to age in place, some of the occupations may include ADLs, IADLs, leisure activities, social participation, health management, and community mobility. For legislation and regulation, in America, 87% of older adults want to remain in their home as they age. Some opportunities for aging in place came about with the Older Americans Act, and this is put in place for states to receive federal funding in order to support older Americans. And then some of the things they do is they look for is the developmental projects, social services, and community planning. This allows for agencies such as AARP and area agencies on aging to support older adults aging in place. Other common accommodations that fall under OAA are nutrition provisions, transportation, personal care, and home modifications. And then aging in place individuals wanting home modifications can be done by contacting licensed OTs through agencies. So for a theoretical model, we use PEO, and it's a model based on aims and objectives of our company. We emphasize the importance of one's environment and the barriers and supports within it. It is important to recognize the relationship between all three components in order to provide the appropriate recommendations for each client.
So in terms of outcome measures, we decided on some informal and formal assessments that will be conducted in the patient's home. So for informal assessments, we'll begin with the observations of the client's home overall, including safety hazards and fall risks and areas for improvement. And then formal assessment will be a home evaluation checklist that has formal parts of each room to be assessed by a skilled therapist. The client will be present to create a client-centered approach and a positive client relationship and build rapport with the therapist. And the client will receive a survey 2 weeks after the home modification in order to determine satisfaction. In terms of service provision, our direct services include formal and informal assessments that we previously listed, assessing the client's home for safety concerns, and making modifications in the home to promote independence. Indirect services include services that we would do outside of the home, such as reviewing the assessments and making plans based off of that to modify the home, and then determining and shopping for adaptive equipment that would be necessary for the clients. So the timeline for our company is first we would do a needs assessment. on the population and the market in general, seeing the trends in the market and other companies in the area that target the same thing that we do and potential partners for the future. The second step includes implementation of the marketing strategies that we determine are the best fit for our population, acquiring staff, which includes OTs and aging in place specialists, as well as some administrative staff, and acquiring funding and company resources, and establishing evaluation standards and long-term goals with the whole team at 4 months. And then our third step is to open our company and begin providing service to clients, and then reassessing the company's success at 6 months, and then again at 1 year, and just going from there to see how we can best implement.
So this is our budget. It was determined from the budgeting volume and the budgeting full-time employee staff that it would be best to have 7 full-time workers in the homes with our clients. This includes 5 full-time occupational therapists, as well as 2 full-time certified aging in place specialists. Other staff members will work in the facility that completes scheduling and insurance, etc., with a maintenance person and an IT specialist on payroll on call. Supplies, rent, utilities, insurance, and repair costs were estimated from the help of a previous management course, with $250 billed an hour per client. With a therapist at a 80% productivity rate, there is an income of $1.9 million. Subtracting our expenses at $744,600, our net income will be estimated at $1.2 million. So for our grants and funding opportunities that we're looking into, the Green Tree Community Health Foundation, this supports people in the Northwest Philly and Montgomery County to support those in vulnerable populations. This foundation supports 3 main populations for the hunger and food insecurity population, children, and elder.
So in regards to the program evaluation model, we really took this approach based off this visual depiction. It includes the inputs, the outputs, the outcomes, and the impact of our potential business. So the inputs recognize all the resources that are used by the program to help ensure individuals can remain in their homes. This needs the input from occupational therapists, aging in place specialists, etc. The outputs are the population that will our services will reach, including older adults, and all the activities that will go into their care, including evaluations of their home, products and adaptations that their home will receive, patient education training, some workshops. And then if we're looking into the outcomes, we have short-term and long-term goals built for each client, but also from our scope of practice, we want to show that in the short term, we can enhance a patient's living environment, and in the long term, overall increase their quality of life. So the impact of our program is to recognize that the percentage of older adults is rising in the United States, and create a business that can fulfill the need for such a rapidly growing population that wants to remain in their own home. So for our marketing budget, we have a visual depiction here of just some subdomains we want to cover, including advertising, activities / PR, promotion, and some miscellaneous expenses. So it's really important that because we're reaching a older population, we want to gear our advertising and marketing more by word of mouth and physical location setup, spreading the word among community wellness centers and in avenues that will reach this targeted population of older adults. And at the end of the day, we really hope to promote occupational therapy throughout our practice. Um, a client that comes into contact with our organization may not be familiar directly with OT, but it's important to know that we have developed this company from an occupational therapy background and perspective. So, as how successful the Aging in Place program is for each client, we want to share our information about occupational therapy to them, so they're very informed about all the benefits the profession can provide for them. And here are some references of some statistics we've pulled today and just supporting resources we mentioned. So thank you for listening to our presentation and have a great day.